All right, g'day everybody. It's Brad again from Chamber, and I'm very happy to have with me today Carolyn Moes. How are you, Carolyn?
Hi everyone, I'm well, thank you. Thanks, Brad.
Excellent. And today, what we're going to do is talk about personal finance and what you need to be thinking with the challenges that we've got in. And of course, Carolyn's a specialist in this business with her business CSP, which stands for
Certified Spending Planner.
Spending Planner.
Yeah.
So she's going to give us a whole bunch of tips and tricks at the moment to make sure that we can stay in control. So what we're going to do is, like we do with the other ones, is bring up our screen. And Carolyn, we're going to do your top 5 things today. So how about you start running us through the top 5? And the first one we've got is speaking to the creditors. So just want to give us a bit of an idea of what you mean by that.
Yep. Okay. So I think this is an immediate response that people all should be doing. So I had a client who came to me last week who had lost 50% of her income. And so the first thing I said to her was, ring your bank. And so she rang her bank. She got a 3-month moratorium on her mortgage, so she no longer has to make her mortgage payment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there will still be an interest going on to that, obviously,
Yep.
but because she's spoken to her bank and put that in place, there won't be any detriment to her credit rating. It's just going to simply extend the life of the loan.
Yep.
And at the moment, that's not too important at this stage.
Yeah.
It's more important that she now has been able to decrease her mortgage to 0.
Yep.
So it's allowed them to a little bit more freedom.
So that they can get them going longer through the gap, I guess, as well.
Yep.
Excellent.
So
Now,
it's not only with the mortgage ringing the bank, it's ringing any of your credit providers. So for people who've got credit cards, personal loans, anything like that, it's ringing all of those providers.
Yep.
And making sure that they're on board and they know your situation so that they can put plans in place to help you out as much as they can.
So would you recommend they do that now, or do they wait, or when is the best time to do that?
Absolutely, immediately. The sooner the bank and your creditors know what your situation is,
Okay.
the sooner they can put things in place to help you out.
Excellent. Yep. Okay. So the second one we've got here is speaking to your superannuation fund, the 10K. You can access 10K through the fund, can't you? So tell us about that one.
Yeah, so now this is really good. I did speak with the financial planner just yesterday on this, just to get his rules, because in my business, I don't give financial advice.
Yeah.
So this is basically coming from what he told me yesterday. Mm-hmm. And he said a couple of things you just need to be aware of. So number one, you need to find out what your current superannuation balance is, because most superannuation funds will have a minimum balance that they require you to keep in your account, and that's simply to pay for your insurances that are actually embedded into your superannuation. Okay.
Yep.
So that's the first question. They need to find out what their current balance is. And another important question to ask them is, are they still covered for insurance if no payments are being made? So if they've actually lost their job, so they're no longer got their guaranteed contribution from their employer, they need to ask the question, if I'm not making regular payments into my superannuation fund due to unemployment, am I still insured?
So that's a really important one for business owners, because a lot of self-employed and smaller businesses probably aren't making regular contributions to their super. So they definitely need to ask that if they are still covered. Yep,
absolutely. Okay. Really critical, critical question, that one.
All right, excellent.
And also for people to understand too that they can get 10,000 now, and they can actually apply for another 10,000 on the 1st of July. Okay. So it's 10,000 this financial year, 10,000 next financial year. Okay.
I heard a thing going around this morning that this may affect their credit rating. Do you know anything about that?
I don't believe so. According to the fellow I spoke to yesterday, he didn't think that it would affect their credit rating in any way at all.
Okay.
Yep. But as I said, it's wise to seek financial advice and someone that actually knows their stuff on that one.
Yep.
But absolutely call your super fund and have a chat with them.
So there's anywhere up to 20 grand between now and sort of 1st of July. So that could be the difference for a lot of people, couldn't it?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Cool, great point. Okay, so our next point we've got here is something maybe I think a lot of people get a little bit scared about, but putting together a budget. So would you like to look us through that one?
And I would say don't put together a budget because, budgets don't work. I'm into spending planning, which is totally different.
Excellent.
So, and the only reason I say that is because a budget is a two-dimensional income and expense report that just tells you what's coming in, what's going out. And whereas the spending plan is three-dimensional, and it actually brings timing into the equation. And I won't go into that. If anyone wants more information on that, they can find me. But what's really important for them to do is work out where they're currently at and what they actually have to pay for. We've got 10 top transactions that we believe these are the essential things that people have to pay for. So just quickly, they include food, electricity, insurances, registration, mobile internet, water, chemist and medical expenses, fuel rates and childcare. Okay. And so those 10 transactions based on my clients and a family of 2 adults and 2 children, equates to about $39,000 a year, which is not a lot of money when you take a mortgage out of the equation.
Wow, yeah. Okay? So if you've got no mortgage, then that's all you're sort of needing. So what's that work out a month? About $3-4 grand a month?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, no, less than that. About 3.5. About 3.5 a month.
Okay.
Which is pretty doable, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I will say though that if people are renting, they would have to add about at $400 a week. They'd have to add about another $21,000 onto that. But even so, there's rental assistance and help in that area as well at the moment. So it's actually amazing, Brad, how little we can actually live on. Right?
Tighten those belts, and people have got to start now though. That's the point, isn't it? Don't wait. Tighten your belt right now today. Stop all the unnecessary spending that we can do when things are good.
Absolutely.
Don't leave it too late.
No.
Okay, point 4 we want to talk about is looking after your mindset and mental health. Really important, isn't it?
Yeah, look, absolutely. And my top tips on this one are, turn off the TV. You need to know the daily what's happening today and what we need to be aware of, but you don't need to hear it numerous times throughout the day because it just plays with your head. Okay.
Absolutely.
So find out, what's important for today. What do I really need to know? And that's it. Turn the TV off. Get off social media unless you're on really positive sites. I've got a list of things, but it's, listening to uplifting music, podcasts, reading good books, creating your own exercise regime. It's creating new routines and habits because, we really need to just understand that this is just a new normal, right? And we need to start to look at ways of creating that new normal and really look after our mindset and our health. Really important.
Yeah, and that's the thing I love about your next point. And just on the mindset and mental health, we're going to actually have Tanya Fisher, who's from the Chamber Group. She's a counsellor. She's going to come on and talk to us about, what are some of the things you need to be doing to look after mental health and that specifically. So I'm glad you brought that one up. Now, this next point is one that I really like because it's everything's changed. So things to do to create and enjoy the new normal. That is so cool.
Yeah. And do you know what? Someone said to me today, I've never actually heard that term. And I said, well, when you think about it, we're creating new normals in our life every time there's a change. You think about when you have a new baby, it's a new normal. When you get a new job, it's a new normal. When you get married, when you get divorced, when you get widowed, when you lose a loved one, when you've got an illness, they're all new normals, right? And so what people have to realize is today is just another new normal.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we have to actually embrace it, and I actually also said to someone, really, we've just been given a gift, okay? Because, and I say that because how many times have you said to yourself, oh my goodness, the world's crazy, let me get off, it's too busy, let's get off the roundabout, let's stop this crazy world, Well, guess what? the world just stopped.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
It's so true. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so accept what you can't change,
Yep.
right? We are where we are. This is our new normal. Control what you can control. Do those things that we've just listed above. They're the things that you can control. They're the changes that you can make,
Yep.
right? Create new habits and routines. Talk to people.
Yep.
We're isolated, but the world's online. We're doing this,
Yep.
the world's online. So we're not really isolated.
Yep.
So talk to people, be kind to yourself, be kind to other people, be patient, remain calm,
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent.
So it's just, I said to someone today, the world on the other side of COVID-19 is not going to be the same as the world as from yesterday or even the world today.
Yes.
So what we need to do is make sure that the world tomorrow is a very different place.
Yes.
It'll be a different normal for us.
Absolutely.
But hopefully it'll be a better normal.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. Well, listen, thank you very much for your time. Those tips are great. So if you've sort of been wondering about that, people can reach out to Carolyn. Her details are on the Chamber website. She'd love to help you out. But in the meantime, thank you again, Carolyn, and we look forward to catching up in the flesh again soon, hopefully at another Chamber meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. Look forward to it, Brad. Thanks for your time today.